oftenly. And even Ugandans are now yearning, actually counting months, when are we going to elect our president? Not like the past
Way before,
regimes,
yes.
or way before. Like during Amin's government, it was described as a government of torture. Actually, there was no rule of law. There was no freedom of speech like today. And the government was controlled by military. But today, government is controlled by the person of our choice, or the president of our choice. Amin's government was described as the government with fear, brutality. It was a government that used to kill even innocent people.
I know.
NIM are going to be competing with opposition leaders. But that one has been seen clearly. Those who won were announced like winners. And those who were defeated won't stand.
Yes.
Those who reached, I'm not part of the judgment, but they know where they fall. And I want to congratulate those who won, that the way is clear for them. There is security that will protect them. Those who have petitioned, I think the results have come out. They know where they fall.
Yes.
But what I can ask them to do is to keep the same spirit. That if your brother has been won and you're the big brother, please support. Even that person who was defeated should support the brother against the opposition. Because this country, people really want to be what the society doesn't like. Let me tell you about this. I think currently we are going to have 20 candidates for presidents.
Yes.
But what I would really ask them to do, every candidate should come up with clear manifestos, should come up with a well-lined or written message to pass through people's ear. So that someone who wants to bring a change should completely be different from what President Museveni has laid. Presidential seat is not it's not negotiated for. It's competed for. You don't wake up tomorrow and say you want to be the president. There is a certain sacrifice that must be paid.
Criteria that you go through.
You don't wake up today and say, I'm going to stand against the President Museveni, over which core values that President Museveni or NRM as a part has not laid. Because President Museveni took his time. He planned for this country for about 40 years. But he laid the core values of NRM speaks for themselves. And one of them is why we're here today, democracy.
Democracy, yes.
There is democracy, there is patriotism, there is socio-economic and transformation, there is security, there is nationalism, and all of them is what we feed on. Because where there is no democracy, let me give you an example. Let me go beyond the Uganda'S boundaries. So, let me speak for Africa. If you go to Libya today. Once was a paradise country.
Yeah.
Now it's like a destroyed city. There is no democracy anymore. There is chaos. Where there was free education, free transport, free houses for wananchi, everything turned into ash.
Up to now, they're still
fighting.
fighting.
Up to now, Libya won't stand.
Again, the way President Gaddafi was.
No hope for Libya to stand as it was.
Don't you think they regret of what they did?
Of course. Why am I bringing this example? Ugandans are few, especially those based in urban areas. Because of competition and what, they feel that change must come today, forgetting there was a sacrifice paid by President Museveni and his colleagues to shape the country where it is today. Why? They have been lied. They have been lied, opposition leaders whispering to them that this government has done nothing. Even those whispering to them, they have everything. For example, Emilius Kyagulanyi is a political figure. Everything he's gotten everything through this government. If you try to speak to young generation of today, tell them the truth, that we are tired perhaps for the old man just to take us ahead. But don't say government has done this, not government has done this, it has failed to do this. Compare and contrast. We have some African countries that completely lack democracy. Uganda, before President Museveni, would export refugees to other African countries, only neighboring countries.
But they ran from there to here.
But today, Uganda is importing refugees from neighboring countries. Why? Because Uganda has been a beacon of hope for Africans. Not even Africans, because we have even white people living in Uganda here. Because Uganda's security has been tight. Uganda's democracy is painted on every wall of the country. Being part of Africa, indeed it is, President Museveni really has done wonders for this country. And we shall regret. Ugandans shall cry when President Museveni is no more.
Well, you are watching One on One, and of course today we're talking about democracy in Africa, not only in Africa, but also democracy here in Uganda. And we're trying to explain and get to know about what democracy is all about. So you can follow this conversation on our YouTube channel, which is at U24 Television, X, which is now which is former Twitter, or U24 Television, Facebook, Instagram, and also TikTok. And this morning, I'm very honored and delighted to have Mr. Cash. Of course, he's from NC, but also NRM. And this reflector, it has something that is talking about the slogan that I think we have is settle for the best.
Museveni is the best.
Museveni is the best.
Yes.
Could you kindly explain to us this slogan?
Now, this slogan was brought up by Hajat Namiaro because it's one of NRM's legacy. For us, we say continuity is better than change for the sake of change. Because this frames President Museveni's leadership in Uganda as something special. We settle for the best. He's the best. He's next to none. This was brought up by Madam Hajat Namiaro, the head of ONC,
yes,
and the senior presidential advisor on political affairs. Even last time, we in campaigns we used the other slogan saying securing your future.
Yes, yes.
That was brought up by Madam Hajat Namiaro. And he's a knowledgeable woman that everyone would wish to work with. Not selfish at all. He welcomes everyone. He works with every tribe of Uganda. I am there, I'm from West. Some people say she works with Baganda. No, not true. Ask me, the colleague or a staff member. He works with every tribes of Uganda. We work with Batoro, we work with Banyarwanda, we work with Acholi people, we work with Sepei people, we work with people from Mbare, people from Karamoja, people from West, people everywhere. But she has touched the bottom of the peak of the mountain. Or let me say, let me say, use not the word the bottom, but she has touched the peak of the mountain.
Of all the slogans,
Yes.
you thought this would
Yes.
be the best slogan to
Yes,
have
yes, sure.
as we head into elections? Okay.
Yes. So this describes democracy of Uganda, president's leadership, because he's been a beacon of our hope, and we still want him more than even we needed him before. Most especially whenever we sit with the parents and they talk about the past regimes, you feel like, no, that was a hell, and we are in paradise because of his leadership. Yes. So I really want to thank Hajat Namial. Have you seen her in South Africa?
Oh yes,
She has just come back.
Yes, I was about to ask you.
Yes.
Had she gone to also preach democracy in South
Democracy,
Africa?
indeed, yes. And she had taken Muzee's package to Uganda and South Africa, based in South
Ugandans who
Africa.
are based in South Africa.
Yes. Those who do farming were given some empowerment or some farming materials, and even some capital. Yes, so it was through Hajat from His Excellency. And those suburbs, West and the Eastern Cape of South Africa, is always dangerous. Ministers have been afraid of running there. Who MPs have been afraid, or even ambassadors, let me say so, have been afraid of meeting those Ugandans because they have been of opposition. But he left to South Africa united. And President Museveni is surely proud of her.
Okay.
She's doing wonders.
All right. This morning, we are talking about democracy, and I'm honored once again and delighted to have Mr. Cash. You excuse me for my voice. It's a little bit hoarse. I have a little bit of cough, and I'm trying so that I can bring out my real voice. Mr. Cash,
Yes.
we've been seeing in the previous elections, very many things have been happening. And what do we hope for in these upcoming elections?
Now,
I saw when His Excellency has been visiting the youth, he had a journey of PDM, and we saw him traversing the whole country.
Yeah.
And of course, he ended up here in Kampala. And we saw the youth there. As you, who is a deputy in that office, do you think the youth have played their part well when it comes to democracy?
That's really a big question. You see, once you have children, they go to school. For them, and once they are given homework, a teacher expects them to come when homework is done. President Museveni has got ministers, has got chairpersons of the districts and what. And because of PDM, each Ugandan is given, each family is given 1 million. So that money was sent, but it was Muzee's duty, or President's duty, to go and check what
that money has been received.
Very good. So that was the reason why President Museveni, or that has been the reason to why he's been moving countrywide, to see, have really my people improved on standards of living, and majority of them have really proved him right that they have taken another step to fight against poverty. So he's been through to check whether his message was successfully delivered to his people. Yes. So youth have seen light. Let me tell you a short story. I'm a Christian born again. I believe in the Bible. I believe the Word of God. I want to use this specific example to describe exactly Uganda's democracy of today. There was a man called Saul before his name changed into to Paul. So Saul's journey to Damascus to destroy God's people
wasn't an easy journey.
It wasn't an easy journey because Paul was a fierce persecutor. would kill. One day, one of Jerusalem's highest priests gave him a letter allowing him to go to Damascus to kill everyone who was believing in Jesus Christ, not Jewish faith. Paul, on his way to Damascus, he was, I think, approaching Damascus. A few meters, a light flashed his eyes. He got blinded. He fell down on the ground. But he heard a voice calling him, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? And he, of course, he had lost his sight because of a flash that hit his eyes. Now Saul, by then he was called Saul, asked, who is this speaking to me? The Lord? Jesus answered, yes, I'm Jesus, the one you're persecuting. Why are you fighting me? So Paul was lifted up and led to Damascus. For 3 days, Paul was neither drinking nor eating. God sent a man called Ananias. He met Paul. By then he was Saul. He met him and prayed for him. He received salvation, so light, and got baptized. And his name changed from Saul to Paul. After accepting Jesus Christ, he was fighting against. In the church history today, no one has done or no one did what Paul did for the person he was fighting for. Why have I used that example? To describe the democracy of Uganda today. NRM does not kill its enemies. Instead, it works with enemies. For example, we have leaders today within NRM that were fighting against President Museveni. Example number one, I'm giving you the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Mong, was terrible against NRM. We do not even agree with the President Museveni at any pace. For her, she thought whatever President Museveni was doing was wrong. But later, she joined NRM, and she's now the Speaker of Parliament. She has gotten the deputy, Tayewa, Honorable Tayewa,
yes,
was an FDC man as well. But they saw the light of NRM, and they realized we must follow the light. And that is democracy. Because other countries, they kill the opponents. If you rise and stand against the ruling government, you don't stay. You completely die. You be killed. I don't want to give for specific examples of such countries. But in Uganda, we now see the IGG, Betty Kamya, she had formed her political party.
Yes.
Was it Alliance what? But now she's the IGG. She accepted to work with NRM because she saw the light, and that is democracy. Now, if President Museveni was like Idi Amin, those would be no more, would have died long time ago. Now see the president of the Democratic Party, Mao, isn't he a minister now?
Yes,
he saw the light,
yes.
And President Museveni welcomed him wholeheartedly. NRM welcomed them. Are you getting me?
Yes.
So Uganda's democracy is working for entire country. taking you back to where I started from, Amini's top officials were identified as Muslims, and Amini's administration was full of Muslims. But today, President Museveni appoints leaders to balance religious issues. Catholics, Protestants, born again, Muslims are fairly represented. They are not left out. In every sector, President Museveni puts someone to represent. Let me give you another example. You see Babalanda, Minister Babalanda, yes, for presidency. That one represents the SDA people. They are of the today. Adventists, yes, very good. Yeah, the ones that one represented them. Muslims have representatives, be it in parliament, ministries, or what. Born again, same. Catholics, same. But it wasn't there before. Amin favored Muslims because he was a Muslim. He would promote Muslims so on a speedy way. You find that top commanders, be it policemen or commanders, be it soldier or his army men,
had to be Muslims.
Muslims.
All right.
Of which is not today. No.
All right. We are talking about democracy in Uganda, but not only in Uganda, but also Africa. We are going to take a very short break. And then, of course, when we come back, Mr. Cash will be enlightening more about democracy. A little bit talk about democracy in other countries. And then, of course, he will give us his last remarks and then we close up. But thank you so much for being part of this beautiful show. Every single day, every Saturday, from 9 up to the hour until the show is done. Let's go for a very short break. When we come back, it will be more of democracy.
This is yours.
U24.
Let's go. I'm Maylin Lee. I wear what I want, say what I want, 24/7.
The center moves in for the kill. But bring it.
Ooh, baby, I'm feeling good, baby. Know if you feel it too, baby.
Out in the street, they call it murder.
Welcome to Jamrock, Camp with.
Killed my father.
Musumba Ezekiel okuva Kenya, musajja wa Katonda, Mukama amukozesa mujje mu crusade egenda okubeera ekirombe, manye obulamu bwamwe tebugenda kusigala kyekimu.
Uganda, are you ready for the biggest revival explosion? New Reference Center the Church presents a revival healing crusade by pastor and an international evangelist, Ezekiel from Kenya.
Shine, shine, shine. You shine and you shine. And just in the name of Jesus.
It will be held from 13th to 17th August 2025 at Zambia Chirombe Grounds, Kampala. Time 8 a.m. Come and take your miracle.
Mwenna abantu b'ekirombe, mwenna abali awo mujje mu lukuŋŋaana. The Lord will seriously bless you.
All you are welcome.
All right, welcome back from that short break. We are talking about democracy in Africa. And of course, democracy is something that is really large. If we started about democracy, we'll not be able to end the show. But we're talking about democracy, not only here in Uganda, but also the rest of the Africa countries. Today morning, I'm very honored once again and delighted to have Mr. Cash from ONC Deputy. And of course, he's trying to enlighten us and give us something to know about democracy. Mr. Cash,
Yes.
before we went into a very short break, we were talking about how Saulo and how the president, how he was called, and here we are with the president. In Africa itself, Africa is big. When we talk about Africa, we look at all the African countries. But let's talk about our nearby sister countries that we have. That is Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, and probably Burundi. When we look at democracy itself, do you think that these countries have democracy? Basically, let's hint about Nairobi, Kenya. Recently, they have been on the streets demonstrating. For them, anything small, they go on the streets. When they increase their taxes, boop, they wake up and go on the streets. When I think someone either knocks someone, they will go on the streets for them. Do you think that is what we call democracy? By people going onto the streets and, deciding to demonstrate. Is that what we call democracy?
I don't think that is democracy. People can be lied. As I told you here, we have seen young generation moving on the streets here because they're being lied. You have seen the so-called foot soldiers of NUP destroying. Even if it would be possible for them, they would kill. I mean, that security is always alert. But they would do anything unacceptable to be done. Now, if you see Bob Wine standing on TV or microphone before his audience and start saying that we can have guns, we can have spears, and go on street we destroy. That's not, that's democracy that allows him to say so. But in the other countries, they are not allowed to scare wananchi. But because of President Museveni's apparent to everyone, he believes he will change. Like a few figures I've mentioned. Boboini can still change, like Anita Mong.
Like the Deputy Speaker of Parliament?
The Deputy Speaker of Parliament. Like Betty Kamya. Like others, the political figures I mentioned earlier. But he's misleading the generation to believe in him. Actually, he's forcing the generation to believe in him. And that generation is basically based within the heart of Kampala and the suburbs of Kampala. The rest don't believe in him. I traveled to Bulambuli of recent. I'm telling you the truth. Opposition is based in Kampala here. Central region. Kampala, Mukono, Mayuge, small part of Masaka, Masaka Road, Ruel Road. But beyond those boundaries, you will find NRM. And that makes us strong, believing that the generation that is being lied against the government is basically in central here. So even Kenyans, I believe those who do not want to work with the current government are the one fueling, lying those children to go and throw stones at police officers, destroy buildings. They're being lied to do so. But democracy in Kenya stands still. But I believe if the president of Kenya would do what President Museveni does this way, Kenya would still be at peace. Because if you want to know how your enemy operates, bring him closer. Know what he's fighting against. The moment you understand his tactics, you build upon his tactics to prove him right that he's not right over what he's doing. So I'm sorry to use this, but the white people do not want to see Africa developing. For them, especially when the country is resourceful, for them they believe if they don't have any shares with the resources those countries do have, they will destroy. It's what has killed Libya. It's what is disturbing DRC Congo here. It's what is disturbing Kenya. But democracy, I would love Africa to have democracy, actually to copy from His Excellency President Museveni. He's been a master of democracy. He's been a master of politics. He knows the way in, he knows the way out. Actually, I'm so much happy to have President Museveni as our president. You see, these African leaders, when things go wrong, they run to him
for advice.
You see vehicles running through State House and President Museveni receiving those political figures, telling them what to do, so that to keep their countries at peace. Tshisekedi is always here. Go to Southern Sudan. Salva Kiir is always here. Kenya, Ruto is always here. Yesterday, he was receiving the former president of Nigeria, because Nigeria has never settled in, especially the northern part of it. Boko Haram, if I'm not mistaken,
come
killing
take
people.
Children, take young girls,
they kidnap and kill them.
Destroy schools.
But these days, that issue, Boko Haram issue, has been paused, because Nigerian leaders have visited the State House on numbered days. Once you go to Central African Republic, once you go to Somalia, it's what I was telling my fellow colleagues and the opposition friends, that President Museveni, for you think he's out of the bush, but President Museveni has never gotten out of the bush. If he still fights for Africa, he's still in the bush fighting against the enemy, like he was here before. It's only Uganda that is at peace, but President Museveni is still fighting for Africa. Somalia, he's there. Southern Sudan,
He's there.
he's there. DRC,
He's there.
he's there.
And that's what we call democracy.
Kenya here, he's there. Central African Republic, he's there. Guinea-Bissau, he's there. Are you getting my point? So President Museveni has really stood for Africa.
Okay.
And it shall be a big loss if we don't have this man around.
Okay.
Uganda won't experience the same freedom, the same way
we have been getting.
Exactly.
It. Okay.
You've mentioned it.
All right. As now we do come to the close of the show, what will be your last remarks for the people out there as we head for the elections, and also
more so to
the youth, the young people out there?
I will even advise even those who want to come as the presidents to stand for president, who are yearning to have presidential seat.
The ones that are trying to, pick to want to stand as
I will conclude
president.
by asking the generation of ours to open ears. Please open your ears, listen to President Museveni's speech. If you are able, you have MBs, you have your smartphones, open, search. They should listen to our parents, not to be lied anymore. But surprisingly, these things are funny. They come with a lot of fire, but whenever they happen, I think, to vote, I think they see President Museveni's picture speaks a lot of volumes. But that's why President Museveni has always won. Here we shall yap, but on that very day, people's mindset change.
Because it's only you in that bulk.
Only you in that basin
ticking on the bulk paper.
You first think, You say, if I vote President, the so-called Bobby Wine, my tomorrow won't shine, won't be the same as today. They change. But I'm also asking those presidential candidates, if you want to defeat or you want a presidential seat, please make proper and written manifestos that will change our mindset. If you want us to believe in you, please, we all know, like I earlier said, presidential seat is not
a joking subject. It's not for everyone.
It isn't. Not even it's not negotiated for.
Should we say it's God sent?
What should I say now? You have spoken my mind. Please make proper manifestos that Ugandans will feed on, and will say that completely you have come up with something that will benefit Uganda or will take Uganda forward and miles away.
All right.
We don't want to engage in fights. I want today's generation to copy from Libya, to copy from Egypt. Egypt isn't the same as it was as well. To copy from Somalia here, to copy from Sudan. Sudan people are being killed day in, day out. But UPDF is there. Ever since UPDF left for Sudan, they have peace. They can sleep, they can operate their business peacefully. I want you to sit and think a lot. Days are coming. It shall be 12th of January.
Yes.
When to decide.
And it's going to be between you and your ballot paper.
Your eyes will be eyeing on that ballot paper placed in the basin. Kindly tick where you see your future. It's you to decide with your heart.
The future starts
either you be destroyed, your future will be destroyed tomorrow after making a wrong decision, or is going to be bright tomorrow after making a right decision.
All right.
And everyone, beat MPs, beat whosoever is coming in, you must lay a proper manifesto that will convince us to vote for you. But for the future of this country, for the continuity of peace, freedom, and everything, I would love everyone to vote for General Museveni. There is no one promising yet. And I want to thank my bosses at ONC, especially Hajat Namiaro. What she is currently doing, I think she's unmatched. She's unmatched currently. She has tackled every corner of the country, and people plus the young generation is very happy.
They're appreciating
very
her.
Happy, very happy. Hajat has done something I've never seen from that office.
All right.
Leave someone who organizes a function, but
and
people will go back when they have united. Even enemies, those who would really kill each other on the street, they be united and start working together.
All right.
I wish President Museveni would still appoint such leaders. Yes. Otherwise, our country is at peace. Let's continue. We vote for President Museveni. Please.
And
please. I'm just begging you to do so. President Museveni is our future. And Afande Muhoozi is doing wonders. You see, it's nice, it's beautiful to build the future that shall understand you, the generation that shall understand you. I've not said those that are going to retire have not been in connection with Afande Muhoozi, but what they have done has been enough. We truly appreciate. But Afande Muhoozi is also a line of itself in the jungle.
Okay.
That is protecting its territories.
All right.
So that's all I can say.
All right. We'll send our greetings back to Hajat.
I will surely do
And
so.
we hope one day to host her and she tells us more
Oh, yeah, why
about
not?
her office. Thank you so much, Mr. Cash, for
You're
always
welcome.
coming in
Sure.
when we call you. We wish you all the best and we'll see you because we're still with you as we head into
Thank
the
you.
elections. All right. Thank you so much for being part of this beautiful show. We've been talking about democracy in Uganda, but not only in Uganda, but also in Africa. And we have categorized it. And I hope you who have the ears have listened and have learned something. And to the youth out there, as Mr. Cash was telling you that, it is going to be you on that day in the ballot paper, in that Benson. It's going to be you and your pen, and you'll know who to vote. So vote wisely. Thank you so much for always coming through, and
The pleasure is mine.
we'll see you when we
Sure. And make
soon.
sure you also mobilize your family to vote for His Excellency
We will
President
we
Museveni,
will do
please.
so.
Yes.
All right. As we do end this show this very morning, I'd like to wish Lorraine, she's one of us here at UBC, a very, very happy birthday. May you live to blow 1,000 candles, and may you live to see your great-great-grandchildren. Hope you do enjoy your day. But thank you so much for being part of this. We will see you again next week, same time from 9 to 10, as we still take you through what is happening as we get into the elections of 2025-2026. I've been your host, Sheila Kahunde.